Hey everyone, it's Shelly, Art by the Métis Mama here, and this is a journal that I just started by gluing on some fabric on the back using just regular Mod Podge. I didn't use anything fancy, just regular old Mod Podge, and I did the same with this fabric on the spine. Now normally, hang on. Normally when I make my junk journals, I like to do collage, right? So you would have seen a video before this one of me collaging this. I think it was this journal. And when you buy my journal kits, you'll get a variety of different papers to do this sort of style of collaging on your journal. But this one, because I love the cover so much, I wanted to keep it intact. So I just decided to throw some fabric with I had this pretty sunflower fabric with some chickadees and this like bee themed fabric. I used this fabric from my grandmother bee cedar spirituals. So I thought I would do something related to zoology. That's why I chose those. I kept a couple of pages from the zoology book to adhere the inside cover already. So I just took a thin layer of Mod Podge, laid that down, and used these really pretty pictures for the inside, front, and back. So now I'm gonna just grab some scrap fabric here, and it doesn't really matter what kind, this will do. I just went to my stash and this was just sitting there. So I could do this one. That one's too short. Yeah, let's just do this one. I think, where's my scissors? I literally just had my scissors here. Where did they go? Here they go. It does need a bit of a straightening out here. Okay, so look at that's a perfect size. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab my Mod Podge and a brush. I need a new rag. I need to get some more cloths like for my brushes and stuff. Okay. Now I'm just going to throw down a layer of Mod Podge here, and then put that in there. Just gonna press it in with my scissors here. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this over, but first I'm going to put some fabric, Mod Podge. And don't worry about it not being perfect. If you know me and you know my style, I like a little bit of scrappiness with my journals, so that'll work for now. And what I'm going to do is just grab, actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to turn it over flat. I'm sticking it under my board here to dry. To flatten and dry. And while it's underneath there, I'm going to put together my signatures. So it's not a very big journal, but I got a bunch of papers here, and let's see here. Off to the side here, I got a bunch of papers, and some of those papers are the actual book pages from that journal. So this can be used to size my papers that are going to go inside the journal. And they don't have to be perfectly aligned. Okay? In fact, it's nice if they're a little bit imperfect. Okay, so there's a good starter page for one of the inserts. So this is a part of a map of the transcontinental highways in the US. Now, I don't know if I'll use that or not. I just wanted to show you it as an example, but just a quick example. But let's see what else we have. I got these books from when I was in Jasper at the tourist, no, was it Jasper? No, it was at, I think it was at Radium. Oh, this is my AMA magazine. I don't know if I want to keep that one or not. Prince Rupert. I've always wanted to go to Prince Rupert. I've never been. There's some nice pictures. Because it's a zoology book, I want to pick all pictures that are related to animals. So I think I will pick out these bears. This beautiful picture of a totem pole. You know what? I think I'll just use those for something else. Let me see. I have other pictures here that I can use. Like, for example, this one of a swan. We're going to use that. The edge is a little rough. I'm just going to trim that off. But where's my template? So see, this one's a little bit on the tall side, so we'll just give it a trim. And I'm going to do it to the top too. Okay. So see, it's not perfect size, but that's okay because I want it to be like that. Here's another picture with a book page with a badger and a bear and part of a skunk tail. So I'm going to trim this one too because it's too big. So and then it's almost the right size. I'll just trim it a little bit more on this side. Let's see. So I'm just kind of gonna get started here, then I'm gonna put it on hyperlapse, and then you can finish watching me make the signatures on a hyperlapse. So that'll do. And then so that's 2. So we basically are doing that to all the pages. Now you can make all the pages the same size if you want, but you don't have to. We could even use this zoology page that I pulled out even though it's really small, it still could make a fun page in here. And if you find that's too small, another thing you can do is add to it. And this is something I like to do. Like I'll grab, let's see here. See, I'll grab something like this and I'll fold it in half. And then I'll take another page like this, like that. And then what I'll do is I'll glue these two pages together to make one page. And then I'll fold it in half. So it's not completely perfect. Like it has, you know, has a bit of a different shape to it, but it'd still make a nice page. So that's another thing to do. So what I would do is I would just take my Mod Podge and I'd put the glue down where I want the glue down. So I'll just do it now just to show you, because I know not everybody is crafty. Some people actually need to see the process to understand it, and I get that. So what I would do, for example here, is I would take my Mod Podge, my brush, and maybe just glue down here, for example, and then lay this down and like that. Okay, and then I would measure, come over here and measure the size, and if it was too long you could fold that up and then you could tear that off, or you could even fold it like this and make a pocket. Then you have a little pocket there. So I think that's what I'll do, but first I'm just going to trim this. Okay, so this is what I would do. Take my Mod Podge, put a little there, and then put a little on this side here. And there you go. Then you have your own, then you have another book page and a pocket. So, and then if you wanted, you could add another piece of something there. Like say if I had a nice piece of paper like this. Let's just do it to show you. You know, the ideas for decorating your junk journal are endless. Okay, so, oops, I didn't really cut that very straight. That's okay. Okay, so then you would take your brush, oops, making a mess here. Brush here, brush that. Then there we go. Okay, so you could do something like that. So, you know, there's all different kinds of ideas of things you could do. So I'll just keep this book page because it already has the zoology page on it. Might as well, right? And then, oops, there we go. And this actually talks a little bit about cattle on here, so that's zoology related as well. And then there's a cat and Donald Duck. So, And then normally what I would do is I'd stick this under something heavy to let dry completely. So, but I will pause this video and then I will do the hyperlapse and you can finish watching me put my signatures together, and then I'll show you how I sew them in. Okay. Okay, I'm done my signatures. I decided just to do 6 pages in each one. So I think I'm gonna put this one in the middle and this one in the front maybe, because it's really pretty. I like that one. And this is pretty good in terms of drying, but it's not all the way there, so let me just give it a quick blow dry here. Probably could stick a little bit more Mod Podge on there, but I want to really just try to get this journal together so I can show the person that bought my journal kit. Yeah, I'll do that after. See, it's coming up, but a little bit of more Mod Podger will do the job. And so there's 2 ways you can do this. So you can sew the signatures in, and that's what I'm going to do for this journal. I'm going to sew them in. But the journal kits that I usually send out to people, they are meant to be tied in. So I'll just show you, just to show you how it's done. Just going to grab some twine. Where's my twine? Okay, so in your journal kit you should have some cream colored twine, but I'm just going to use this one for now. Actually, that would look good with that anyways. Okay, so I always, and it has like a gold threading in it, I always put a knot on the ends because otherwise that gold thread will unravel, and that just keeps it in place. Okay, now you're going to take, we'll start with the back signature that goes here. This one's the middle and this one's the front. So I'm starting with the back one. I'm just going to open that up. And all you're going to do is tie it in. Okay, tie it in a knot. So there's the first one. Oops. Tied a little bit too tight there. Okay. There's the first one. Then you do that with each one. So that's signature number 1. Then you do signature number 2 with a piece of twine, same thing, and signature number 3. So then you will have 3 different different ones tied in, okay? But I want to sew these together. So this is another way. I don't feel like messing with that knot. I'm impatient, so I'm just going to trim that off. But this is what I like to do. And you have embroidery thread in your kit, so you can do it this way too. Where's my kit? Is here. And so, what color do I want for? I think I can go with that one. So you'll grab your embroidery thread, and you'll need a needle. So I like to use a pretty thick needle. Like this one is kind of I don't know what the size of these are, but it's a good size. Okay. So what this is what I like to do. And I can't find I have a skewer that I like using to poke holes in this part of the journal. So I don't know what happened to it because I cleaned up my desk here yesterday and now it's missing. And I have no idea where it went to. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to puncture through this. But anyways, so take your signature and they're just going to find the center. And these are just, there's only 6, so it's easy to get through for this journal. If you have a thicker junk journal signature, you'll need something like an awl, or like I was using a turkey skewer, a metal turkey skewer to puncture through. So I always start in the middle there, right? I started in the middle on the inside. Oops, hang on. Signature came out. Try this again. There, okay. So we're starting in the middle. We're gonna leave a tail, okay? There's no knot in it. That's how you want it. Then we'll flip it over, make another hole to pierce through the other side. So you can mark it around the same distance on both sides. It's totally up to you. And then pull it through. Then come back through the middle. Then measure around the same distance, go back through there. And then this is where you tie it off. So what I like to do is I bring my needle under this one, and then you can tie this. Okay, so that's one way I do it. And then I would put it aside and do the other 3, and then I would tie them in with twine. So that's another way I like to do it. But for this particular journal, I'm just gonna undo this. I want to sew my signature then. So let me just rethread this quickly. I'm gonna go through the middle again, and then I'm gonna hopefully pierce through. Yeah, that was easy because it's not very thick. Okay, so pierce through there. Now, this part is the trickiest part of junk journal making. You don't have to do this part. And there's easier ways to do this. There's better instructors out there than me. I am not the best person to be watching how to do junk journals. I kind of just wing things. A lot of times I'll watch videos, but then I'll just kind of be like, oh, I'm just going to do it like this. And then that's what I do. Okay. So, okay, now we're going to go this side. Actually, I'm going to poke a hole first before I thread it through. I'm going to confuse you guys now, which I don't mean to do, but okay. I just wanted to poke a hole on that side so I know where I'm going. Okay, so there's, yeah. Okay, there we go. And then this goes under, and oops, I didn't need to unthread my needle, but, and then I just pull to make sure that's tight and tie this signature in. Okay. There we go, so that's the first signature. Okay, then I'm going to do the same with this signature. Okay, poke through here. So if you want to sew your signature right into the book, this is kind of the way you would do it. Oops. Except I would use a paper clip to hold your pages in place. I don't do that because I just don't. But it probably, like a lot of people, they'll use big jumbo paper clips to keep their pages in place. That's a smart thing to do because then your pages don't shift. I'm not very smart, so I do it the dumb way. Or maybe I'm impatient, I don't know. But I like things to be kind of scrappy, so maybe that's why I do it like that. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, now under and through. Okay. There we go. There's the second signature. So basically what you're doing, so why would you want to have your signatures out of the removable? It totally depends, right? So this book, I sewed each signature together. So I sewed these together, and then I just tied them in. That way, if I want to work in this journal, I can remove the whole entire signature out of the journal, like so. I can work on the signature, do whatever, and then when I'm done, I can slip it back through here and that's it, right? And then like, it just kind of makes doing art a little bit easier, because sometimes when working in the journal, as it gets chunkier, it can be hard to work in. Oops. Okay, hang on. Let's do it this way. It's probably easier. So, but make sure when you do this part that you don't tie it too tight so it doesn't damage the pages, but there we go. There, okay. So that's one reason I do it like that. So as the journal gets chunkier, right, it can sometimes be hard to work in it, and that just makes it easier. What's the other thing? The other thing is you don't have to sew the signatures together at all. You can just tie them. You don't have to do any sewing. You can make it a no-sew journal and just tie the whole signature in. So then you would completely skip the step that I'm showing you here of sewing at all. So it's really up to you, because it's your journal. You do it the way you want to do it. When I first started making junk journals, all I ever did was no sew, because that's how I liked doing it. But then I got into sewing, and I tried working in a sewed journal, like a sewed, already sewed journal. And then I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. I don't mind this at all. And then I liked kind of the look, and I like having that pages a little bit more secure in the journal. So then I started sewing them. And now I do both. Sometimes I tie them, sometimes I sew them. So it just really depends on what you feel. Okay. Oh my God. Whoops. And then over here. Oops. Sorry. Okay. Now, back through the center. Oops. Come here. There we go. Sometimes you have to look for the hole, because it gets all wonky sometimes when you're trying to, oops. That's the problem. I was like, what is going on? Got hooked on something there. Okay, got hooked on the bookend. There we go. I was like, what the heck? All right. Now, this is the last one. What the hell am I doing? I don't even know myself. Okay. Oh. No. No. That's a no-no. That's not what I was trying to do. Come on. Oh, mother. Okay. Pardon my language. All right, there we go. Well, I didn't technically swear, so okay. There. Now I can tie it. And trim. Get rid of that needle. We don't need it anymore. And there we have it. Oh, see, I knew something was wrong. Look at that. Okay, now you can see how I fix this. So what you have to do is get that should have looked before I tied it, but just take my needle and a knot formed. Come on. This is so annoying when this happens, which happens occasionally. I use embroidery thread to sew most of my signatures. I don't know what other people use. I have sewn signatures in with Sinu before when I was doing my Indigenous themed journals. Come on. Okay, I might have to do a little hyperlapse or pause this video and get the, let me just pause this video, get this knot out, and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I fixed the knot. Let's see. Okay, fix the knot. Signatures are tied, sewed in. They're not completely perfect, but that's okay. Now I'm just gonna do a little bit of touch-ups here. That part is coming off. I think the rest is okay. And then if I go inside here, I'm gonna add a little bit more glue there. And this side too needs some more. So let's do a little flip through. Okay, so we got a zoology themed junk journal. Try to put as much animals in here as possible. This is all pocket made of one of those zoology pages. Okay. So there you have it. And now these have to dry. So the next thing that you can do, if you want, is add your fringe. So if you've tied in your fringe, your journal, so say if this was tied, in the kits it comes with that, right? It comes with the, so just let's pretend that these are not sewed in and they're tied. You'd have each one tied in, each signature tied in, like on this one. And what you would do is build your fringe from there. So what I like to do to build up my fringe is I'll get a bunch of different pieces of twine. So like say these two, for example, different sizes. I don't like them all to be the same size. Then you get as many as you want on a string. It can be fabric scraps too. It doesn't all have to be yarn. And then what you're gonna do is, say if that's all you want, let's just add one more just for the fun of it. Okay, say that's what all you want for your fringe. You don't want a big fringe. You take another piece of string or yarn, and then you tie these in a knot like that. And then wherever you have like where your signatures are tied in, you just loop these under here, and then you make a knot and you tie that on, and then you got yourself a fringe. So that's how I put my fringe on my signatures. So for this one, I tied in everything, and then my twine, and you can see it here, was hanging on the side. I grabbed all of my different yarns and twine and everything together, ribbon, and then I tied them all in a knot. Then I tied them right onto that twine there, and then this one I just hung off of one of those pieces of yarn, and then I got my fringe, and I really love how it turned out. And then I just picked out a cool ribbon that I wanted to have for the closure, and I just tied it in a knot on that twine. And one day I'll do a whole video on this, so I'm sorry that these videos are in pieces. Like I said, there are better instructors out there than me. Yeah, and then that's how you close up. Now it depends on the journal. Some of the journals I glue the closure right on the back. Some of them I don't even glue on or tie on, I just leave it on the side. Some of them I have like maybe a button or something, and then you can just go around and wrap it around. So you're really just using your imagination and what you like for your journal. So this one I do want to give it a tie. So I think what I'm gonna do is find some fabric that kind of suits already the theme that we have going on here, and I think I found some already. I like this one, and I'm just going to, so it's botanicals, because I don't think I have any other. I looked through my fabrics and I don't really have a lot of fabric that has animals on them. I do have this one, but it doesn't really match. And this one has like little bunnies and snails and caterpillars on it, and it's really cute, but doesn't really match what I have going on here. So this one kind of has the yellows in it that I like. So, but it's a little too thick, so I'm going to trim this. There we go. Okay, and then is this going to be right size though? Let's see. It might be a little small. Do you have a larger one? Let's see if I have a longer one. I mean, I don't know. How's this one? This one actually might be just a little bit longer. Let's try this one. So we'll just cut this. And I'm not going to worry about ironing this because I like the little bit of the wrinkles and, what'd you call that, grunginess, I guess? It's not really grungy, but I like the imperfectness of it. Is that a word? I don't know. I just make up these words. Okay. That'll do. I think this one might work better. Oh yeah, that's gonna do a good job. Okay. Yep. Just want to be able to tie it in a bow there. However, Now I'm just thinking, is it the right fabric for this one? Let me try it one more time. I think what I could do is actually, I could do 2 of these. Oh wait, I have this fabric. I forgot about it. Oh no, I don't know if I can use it. It's not the right color. Actually, what am I thinking? But does it matter? Does it have to be that matchy? I'll show you. Where is it? I forgot I had it. Where are you? This one's kind of nice too, but it's not really, although it kind of has that indigenous theme. Let's see. What do you guys think? I kind of like that. That might work. It's got the right colors. Oh, I think I like that a lot. It doesn't have to be. I was going to show you. I have this one that looks like a snake skin, but to me it looks like one, but it definitely doesn't go with that color. And then I have pieces of the salmon fabric, but it doesn't obviously go either. But this one looks really beautiful, and I think that's a winner. We're gonna do this one. So we are going to just give this a little trim here. It's a little bit too thick on one end. So I started doing another door painting at our local friendship center here in Rocky Mountain House. It's called the Asokowin Friendship Center. And they have a legacy youth program there for teens and or older kids and teens. And I already did one door painting there. Now I'm doing door number 2, and then I'll be doing door number 3 another day. So look how it's like not perfect. It's got these threads coming out, and I like that. I like that sort of scrappiness. I'm just going to trim that part off. And that part too needs to be trimmed a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. And this side's still a little bit too thick. Okay. This chair. I need to get a new chair. It's kind of an oldie. Okay, now I think we'll put it right about here. Some Mod Podge. So this is how I like to put it in my closures when I glue them in anyways. I don't always do it this way. Put a nice good coat of Mod Podge on there. Okay. Flip that over. kind of straighten it out a little bit. There we go. And now we let it dry. And then when it's done, ta-da! Oh, I think I put it a little bit too much on one side here. That's better. It's not bad. Still think I put it over a little bit too much. There. Okay, I'll need a little bit more Mod Podge. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. And then we'll see what the next thing to do is. Now you could, if you wanted to, put Mod Podge there too. Do I want to do that though? I think I kind of do. I think I do kind of want to put it over that. But we'll decide later. Let's just let this dry. That's it for now.